Apart from this, another way of getting points is do these comparisons. Rural versus urban. Gender based. Tribal versus mainstream. Linguistic divisions. Religious divisions. Comparing east to west. Comparing east to west, and this is enough. 6 points. So without any context of any question, what you know is, you know that urban people have more opportunities, they are more aware, they are more exposed. Rural people are going to have traditional values. Don't think that I'm stereotyping, but this is how you do this comparison. No? This is how you write your points as GS 1 to 3. 1 to 3. So rural people, you can say that they are not aware, they don't have enough opportunities, they still struggle with this caste class continuum, the struggles of those things. Because in urban areas, it's not very visible. In rural areas, it's terribly visible. So that way, this rural versus urban is an angle you can always use, because you know you have an understanding of rural, you have an understanding of urban. Whatever question is being asked, compare it with these two. Now, that is a good solid point. Similarly, gender based. So with respect to equal wages in workplace, men may have a different idea, women may have a different idea. Yes, men can boastingly say that we do more work, so we need to be paid more. But equality says that both needs to be paid at the same time. So in corporate, you have extra leaves for women, that 1 extra day per month. Now, there have been questions raised as to why should not men get that extra 1 day. Now, these are ethical questions. There's no right or wrong here. These are ethical questions. So, based on the morals and values we imbibe in society, a decision is being taken there. So, these are something you can talk in gender-based approaches. It's a comparative. These are all comparative approaches. If any of you come from art background, you know that there are comparative methods to compare. Because comparing two things means you need to know something of both, and it's seen as a very academic point in the first place. Comparative methods. Tribal versus mainstream. It's the same rural versus urban angle, the same thing for tribal versus mainstream. Then linguistic division. What do I mean by linguistic division? So, based on your linguistic and religious division, a certain set of cultural values being accepted, right? Cultural values. For example, there was breast tax in South India during early British period. So now that is something, I don't think that was present in the north. That was the cultural difference. But in the north, women used to veil. So they used to put this parda, like the parda kind of thing. All women used to veil their face, like as if nobody can see it kind of thing. So in Rajasthan, it is still continued. They have Gungat. It's called as Gungat. I'll write it down. Gungat. So all this is because of the cultural differences within the country. These cultural differences can be demarcated in terms of language and religion. So that's why I call it as linguistic division and religious division. So in some sense, you can compare the status of women in different religion or how it works in different states. Just don't be too controversial. Just write it in a very balanced point of view. You can't say that the south is more progressive and the north is regressive. It's not like that. There are some aspects where we are doing better and some aspects where our northern brothers are doing better. Just focus on those things, and then that is where you can show your answers. These are really good ways to write points. This for linguistic and religious divisions. Then last is comparing east to west. This is the international angle I always show whenever I write an answer. So compare the eastern societies with the western societies. Western society, according to my view, is very individualistic. Okay, at some point the society has turned very individualistic. There's a pursuit of excellence for the individual and not much community thinking or collective good. Yes, that is the notion of capitalism itself. But with respect to the eastern societies, this concept of family, honor and tradition is still very strong. All of us still feel that we have a responsibility to our parents. Yes, and our parents still feel that they are responsible for the growth and development of their son or daughter. It's not very individualistic. I'm not saying West doesn't do that. The difference is that over there the pursuit is individualistic, Over here, the pursuit of excellence, the pursuit of money, or the pursuit of getting a recognition is family oriented or collectively oriented. That collective versus individual is the difference I always see between East and West, and that is how I write my point also. Yes, this is another 6 ways of generating points in case you get stuck and you don't know anything. Okay, you know these 6 angles. Any context being given, so this is like, all my teaching is, all of you know Pythagoras theorem.